This Rubik's Cube had come to life. It actually moved on its own toward the girl. In the late-night subway station, the girl sprinted up the stairs but ultimately missed her train. She walked over to check the schedule and saw that the next one wouldn't arrive for a long time. Frustrated, she sat on a bench and distractedly played a game on her phone. That's when the Rubik's Cube in the corner noticed her. It quietly crept out, sneaking closer until it reached out and gently tapped her. The girl looked around curiously before her eyes landed on the cube resting beside her. Seeing no owner in sight, she picked it up and started twisting it. After solving one side, she moved on to the others. But the more she turned it, the more complicated it became. She accidentally scrambled the side she'd already completed, which annoyed her so much that she tossed the cube aside and went back to her phone. Just then, a train passed behind her. Seizing the opportunity, the cube returned to the bench and tapped her headphones. When the girl turned, she jumped in shock, finally realizing the cube was alive. The cube hopped onto the seat, spinning in place like an excited puppy, then leaped onto her lap and settled down. It began twisting itself, urging her to keep solving it. Amazed, she set her phone aside and picked the cube back up, focusing intently. Soon, she successfully completed 2 layers, earning the cube's approval. But the third layer was the toughest. The girl frowned in deep thought, unable to figure it out. The cube glanced at the platform, noticing the next train approaching. Anxiously, it jumped up and demonstrated the solving steps for her. Following its cues, the girl closed her eyes, visualizing the moves in her mind. Once she had a plan, she started turning the cube with renewed determination. 1 second before the train arrived, she solved it. A bright smile spread across her face, but then faded just as quickly. The cube had gone completely still, as if it had never been alive at all. She poked it, but there was no response. Disappointed, she shook her head, thinking it must have been her imagination, and set the cube back on the bench before boarding the train. As the subway pulled away, she glanced back one last time, but the cube remained motionless. Then, a late-running man rushed in, having just missed the train. In frustration, he threw his bag to the ground and slumped onto the bench, grumbling to himself. The cube noticed. Slowly, it began to move again, rolling toward him. It seemed this magical cube was simply there to quietly keep company to everyone waiting alone in the subway.